Gordas, the 14th of First Seed, functionally March 14th. You all led your army units against the forces of Durast at Mersenia along the southern gate where you launched your attack. One of you was revealed as commander throughout the clash, which was a secondary goal you were trying to avoid. But overall, you did succeed in your mission of occupying Durastian attention toward this southern wall so that your forces in the north/northeast that you know are being led by Captains Rillis and Dinah could launch a more effective assault once attention had been drawn southward in the city. Within the chaotic aftermath of this fight, the five of you approached the mines nearby, stealthily sneaking toward that area so that you could infiltrate the mines and find a subterranean tunnel that you knew would avail you of an underground approach to the city. You now continue to engage those Durastian forces that are guarding the mine entrance and putting commoners to work. So we will go back to this screen here. I'll pull back up initiative.
Whoa there. Ooh. Forgot about my mount.
Yes, your mount. And it looks like it is a Durastian wave of soldiers turn right now.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Rome with her 20 is still representing the quote-unquote top of initiative. So something will happen at the top of initiative, but that's not yet. For now, Durastian soldiers are moving. Many of these soldiers are under the confused gaze, just being incited toward greed of Toby Rama's magic. So many of them will spend time and their entire movement to just move like zombies toward Toby Rama, using all the available movement they have to do so. I think that takes care of the soldiers who were charmed. So now we have 1, 2, looks like 3 soldiers that are not charmed and do have the availability to move. This one over near Jiri will stand up from having been knocked prone and will, I think, being so close in melee-ish with Jiri, unless Jiri, did you go vertically? Do you remember if you're in the air or are you still within 5 feet of this soldier over here?
Ooh, I don't know if I specified.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, if you didn't specify, I'm going to thank you. Since you had attacked and then bonus action water gunned, I think I'm going to say you were within 5 feet of him. So he's just going to stand up to his feet, drop his crossbow to the side and draw his short sword and try and launch up. And I think from his vantage point with you upward a little bit, I think he's going to take 2 slashes at the puffy carpet since you're technically, from his vantage point, a little farther from reach. So 2 attacks coming at your mount.
Oh, hell yeah.
Natural 1 as he's swinging too fast while he's getting up, not close enough. And then second attack. Ooh. That's probably not going to do it either. 12 is not going to hit.
Meets it, beats it.
Wow, Shaggy's AC is 12. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Oh my
God.
did he have any temps left?
No.
Okay, so he'll just cut into Shaggy's form for 8 points of piercing damage as he sort of pierces part of the carpet fabric and rips it a bit.
Okay.
That will be his turn. Telperion, this soldier directly in front of you, I think is going to do the same thing. Drop his crossbow, draw his short sword, and come at you with 2 swipes.
I got my sword and my staff.
Strong.
Pretty good roll. 21 to hit.
I will shield with my staff.
Okay. So
to get my AC to 25.
Okay, so since you're not currently actively swinging with your great sword, you can just hold it with one hand.
Yeah,
what does it look like when you shield with the staff?
Yeah, I got both out, but and I'm like pressing him with the sword just to kind of keep him back, and then I swing in with the staff, and the shield generates around me.
Very cool, and lingers there too because it'll maintain. So for his second strike, what AC does he have to hit?
25.
Okay, so he's got to roll basically a 19 or a 20 here. That is not going to cut it. So barely reacting in time, you deflect the first with your staff of arcane energy that shields you. The second one, he just confusedly tries to stab, forcing his way into it, but he's repelled again. Then, sorry, Rome. This guy has been bit and clawed quite a bit by this badger in front of him, so he's just going to sort of frantically drop his crossbow, draw a short sword, and take 2 swipes at this badger. And I'll go ahead and just pull up 5e Dire Badger. Or I think it's Giant Badger.
Giant Badger, I think is what we had, yeah.
But we will roll the 2 attacks here. 1 and 2.
Oh!
Armor
It has
class of
13
10,
hit points.
13 hit points.
You did 12 damage?
4 and 8. Yes, so carving into Rome's form and this badger shrieking and spraying blood to the side and barely holding itself together, Rome now has 1 hit point available. Damn thing, die! And just starts trying to kick his leg toward it. That'll do it for the Durastian Soldiers wave of turns. Then it'll be this mage's turn, who similarly is entranced by Tobirama and will just spend extra movement to climb this gate and down the side.
The 3-foot tall gate.
Yes, thank you very much. Pinewood, Shadowbox posts, and will approach Tobirama and end his turn there.
Oh, all of the people who ended their turn near me get to make a save.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and roll all those. So, it's just at their end of their turn, right? Doesn't have to be within 5 feet of you. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, then mage. Whiz saves.
Correct.
Okay, guy on the bottom left. 17?
That'll fail.
Wow. Guy right below you, that's a fail. Guy right above you, that's a fail. Mage. Let me check the mage's save because I'll keep that same roll, but I'll just apply his mod.
If he has a
plus 3,
then that'll
he has
save.
He has a plus 3. So the mage does shake off the sensation and become not charmed anymore. Would have been the Wraithwatch Wyvern's knight's turn, but they are dead, both rider and mount. So at the top of initiative, 2 things happen. That is a 20 total. That's convenient. We'll let Rome go before the new player on the board. However, you can see with you guys launching this attack at all these individuals, many of the miners who have looked horrified and some have cried out in panic, a couple of them, not all of them, grip their pickaxes that they're currently using to mine and are considering moving against their oppressors. However, they don't move yet. It is top of initiative. Telperion, you can make a tactician move if you would like.
I don't think there's any moves left to make.
No, I think we're all grouped.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, it is Rome's turn, and I'll say for fun, I'll give the information of the person that just entered the board. You can hear the approaching footsteps of a Durastian squadron. Many individuals from within the mouth of the mines have been alerted and have been rushing here for about 2 or 3 turns at this point.
From inside?
And are approaching from inside. You guys get that general perceived awareness of the scenario, but it is Rome to act. Does someone want to volunteer what Rome might do? How do we feel?
I feel like with 1 HP, she's just going to keep swinging at this dude because she doesn't want to use an action to get out of it.
Okay.
So
That seems intuitive.
badger attack.
Who's got that?
I have the stat block pulled up unless one of you guys wants to roll it.
You go for it.
It should all still be linked to Roll20 if you want to click on the buttons there.
Oh yeah, here we go. Start with a bite.
10 will not do it. Once again, the bite sort of clambering onto this individual and biting into the hard links of chainmail.
And then the
Not enough to
claws.
pierce it. The claws have been pretty deadly so far. 15 will just miss this individual's 16 that he's wearing chainmail. So rabidly, this little beast is crawling up this guy, trying to gnash and claw its way toward them, but he's managing to kick it off.
Do we think burrowing down 10 feet would cause an opportunity attack?
Honestly, just provoke the opportunity attack so she's out of the form.
That's a strategy.
Yeah, or wait until he attacks her his next turn.
Yeah.
He's one of his.
Well, also, we could have her move, though, in front of this thing and, like, do some AoE into the tunnel if she's back in her form next turn.
Right, which I think is going to happen if this guy
When
smacks
these soldiers get their turn and
Okay.
smack at her.
But she can move there.
No, because I was just gonna-
So, no movement at this time. Is she kind of fixated on this individual she's attacking?
I think so.
Okay. Well, coming into the scene, using the rest of their movement to arrive here, will be a Durastian squadron. You've seen these units before, specifically at Lux Monastery when you were escaping the clutches of Moira. A knight leading 8 soldiers. Functionally, this is like a swarm mechanic, like a swarm of rats, swarm of insects. It's a swarm of Durastians that occupy a huge space 3x3, but it's just a bunch of soldiers rushing out in collection with each other. And they
The AoE queen is salivating over here.
They arrive here, and the knight begins to shout commands. And I think...
We have 2
What can they
minutes.
see? They are not going to see Telperion above them at all as they're rushing out, so you're not a target they're considering right now.
How heavy is a Wyvern?
Pretty heavy.
Hundreds of pounds, I would think.
As they arrive on the scene, you see them all carrying, most of them carrying spears and shields, and they will, I think, at this time, yeah, we're going to do this. Their swarm feature is going to activate as they move into the space of other creatures.
Swarmy.
And when they occupy the
Shawarma.
space of enemy creatures... Well, you know what? Actually, I can't do that because they had to use the rest of their movement to even get here onto the map. So they have no movement available, which simplifies what they're going to do. They're going to take out their crossbows, all of them, and fire a volley of crossbow bolts toward an area. Seeing that the dead Wyvern is not a factor, and they don't want to shower arrows on their allies right now, Roulette and Alfie,
I'm offended.
they're going to... Are you up in the air? How high in the air are you?
First of all,
With Alfie Daisy, thank you.
I am even with the green plateau to my left. So plus
Okay.
5 to the
Perfect. So they'll see you hovering in the air with your flying boots, as well as some mechanical contract.
Get fucked.
He's getting my nose at sleep.
I don't want to
Classy.
DM. I don't want to DM anymore. But they've got a 10-foot radius volley of crossbow bolts being launched in that general direction toward you and Daisy. So I need the two of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Got it. I don't know what hers is off the top of my head. Saving throw. Oh, she got a +5 to that? God damn.
Oh,
I'll make that a 13. No, I'm not. She's full health right now. She's fine.
Okay. You have saved on the damage, dodging quickly in your mobile aerial position. So you'll take half, just 5 piercing damage. But Daisy will take the full 10 piercing damage from this volley of crossbow bolts.
Got it. Confirmed.
They'll also call out to this mage. What's going on? Why are they acting like that? Just looking at their entranced allies on the field. Roulette, it is your turn, it would seem.
I'm gonna shout down to Toby really quick. Toby, you need an evacuation out of there? As I start moving this way really quickly. Waiting to see if I hear a quick yes or a quick no from Toby.
I'm all right.
Okay. So Roulette's gonna stand right there. And she's just gonna point a fist down at the squadron. And she's gonna pick a point here.
Okay.
Here, and here.
Oh, baby.
To launch 5 shockingly bright gold coins.
Ooh.
Let's do this.
I need to make sure I can track deductions on this. So 5. 5, yeah.
We're going to put this on map layer.
I'll say for the sake of oh my god. I'll say for the sake of ease, I'm just going to whatchamacallit, shoot it at the ground, not at the actual swarm or any people, just like at their feet.
That's awesome.
At the ground, not at specific individuals. Oh shit.
Correct, yeah. So at the feet of the wizard, and then at the 4 corners of the swarm.
Fair enough. All of them, literally, I think, other than the knight, might not be. No, even them, because it's going to cause a crisscross pattern. So
Yeah.
I think literally all of them are including the mage. I'm going to say not including this individual here. That's
Correct.
Which is smart because he's charmed. All of them will need to make some dex saves. Is that right?
Yep, DC 15 dex save.
Lucky for me, this won't be a nightmare of saving throws because the squadron acts as one creature. Dex. That's a fail. War Mage. Dex. 17 might actually save on the War
Yeah,
Mage.
it's a 15 on the item.
Okay.
So
How much damage is dealt to the Swarm and the Mage?
17 to the swarm and then 8 to the mage.
Okay. The mage takes damage, but immediately sort of leaps back for a moment, dodging the brunt of this electricity coursing through his space. But you hear shrieks of pain and agony from all the swarm members as the swarm takes 17 damage.
Where is the mage?
Right bottom of the red one.
Oh, okay.
Bonus action, I'm gonna have Madame Daisy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, she's got 40 movement. She's gonna get all the way down here. She's actually gonna go right here. And she's just gonna take a stab at the mage.
Okay. What would he want to do about that? If anything, he could shield, but we'll see. All right, go ahead and roll the hit.
Am I blessed
Oh,
with
yes. Yes, flanking.
Beautiful. I don't know if this will actually, let me just do this. It's +8. Oh, 2d 20 plus 8. Does an 18 hit?
18 would hit. And you know what? He's low enough health that he's scared. He'll use a
God
shield.
damn it.
He will use a shield, buffing his AC until the start of his next turn.
Cute. That's my turn.
Very nicely done. You did spend your 5 gold, correct?
Yes. Well,
Oh, you do that probably when you load it in there. Yeah.
correct. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. I
Beautiful.
did -8. So
Beautiful. It is Loaf's turn.
Great. Am I going to be able to go here on my turn? Can I move like that with this ledge the way it is?
I would
Or-
say maybe that first space or two is difficult terrain, but yeah.
I could go like that, right?
Yeah, but that's also climbing and through ally spaces, which is also probably difficult terrain, unfortunately.
But with difficult terrain, 35 feet, I think I could still get here, right? Or
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Cool. On my turn, that's where I'm gonna go. Loaf is this greasy ball of pudgy feathers, and he's going to actually give a little fey toot in this guy's face as he rolls by him in the air, and he's gonna give it help to Aquilari
Okay.
on his next
Intending
ability
to
check.
distract that soldier for
Yeah.
Aquilari's next attack. Sounds good.
And then that's my turn. Or that's Loaf's turn. And then Loaf, actually, where is he?
He's just this little token on top of the soldier.
Oh, okay. I will have him just kind of fly. I want him a little out of the way.
Okay.
That's all.
As he leaves that guy's space,
No owl is immune to that.
bye
doesn't
bye.
provoke opportunity attacks at all. It's not just like when they attack, they don't.
Correct.
Cool. Very cool.
That's the
All right,
reason.
so
it's an owl.
he is blinded for a moment as he gets fey dust in his face and can't even try and swipe around. Toby, your turn.
Yeah. Let's go Toll the Dead on the mage.
Okay.
To start. Wisdom save.
Roll high, buddy.
That
How
is
much
gonna
damage?
fail. D8s or D12s rather. There's another one. Where did they all go? There we go. Okay. 3d12 and a d8 gives me 17, 21, 27 damage.
Okay. As this mage hops back quickly, avoiding some electricity damage, stumbles into a construct behind him and shields himself to be preventing that stab wound. He exhales in satisfaction before looking up in horror at you. How do you kill him?
Yay!
My magic causes him to just start clutching at his head as his life essence in the form of mist leaks out of his face holes.
Leaks.
Very fucking cool.
And then we will help out by doing some spiritual weapon stuff. Let's help out Rome, so I will fire off a spectral arrow above this guy to help badger Rome with this soldier.
Okay, you are welcome to do that. That will technically not be flanking, but it will still be a threatening
Let's
assistant to
do
your combat for sure.
D20 plus 10 is 6 plus 10, 16.
16 just hits.
Nice. And that is a
They do
D8
not
plus
have
5.
any parry.
Those are damaging cleric right there.
7 plus 5, 12 damage.
12 damage to him.
And
Barely.
then
He has been heavily wounded by this badger and is barely keeping himself up.
Yes.
And then what am I gonna do with my movement? Am I? What in the world? Am I able to catty corner to these? These guys are
No,
like,
no, just because
Okay.
since they're sort of catty-cornered by enemy forces, with allies you could have done that.
let's keep them moving around. So I'll go, and then to get here, would it take an extra 5, or do you think I'd be able to not climb that this turn?
Yeah, that's probably not climbable this turn. That's too high up.
Okay, then let's just get to there on the ground level.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you could start the process if you wanted to.
I'll wait to start climbing until next turn.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Jiri and Shaggy.
Alright, Jiri's gonna dismount Shaggy using half his movement, and then he's gonna hop down next to this guy. And then Shaggy is gonna disengage and kind of head off screenish, not too far away, just kind of far enough to be like not within range from any crossbows from inside of the hole. And then Jiri's gonna hydro pump this guy first.
Okay. Strength save from
Strength save.
him.
Oh,
That is a fail.
Knocked prone, and he takes
I'll go ahead and say you also douse his torch that he's holding.
1 point of damage. He's real wet now.
He's very, very wet and very low health.
Wet boy.
And I attack.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
I did. It's not popping up. Let's try that again.
My D&D Beyond went down, so I don't know if it needs a refresh.
Oh, let's try refreshing.
You guys need to use my physical dice, but you can.
Guys, is this electricity on the screen not great?
I was
Ooh.
staring at it.
I don't have it on, but is it animated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it tanks my performance of Roll20 when I
Oh,
have it on.
MK, it does that for me too. I just so on the PC where Mike is displaying, it's going. Just on mine, it's muted.
I don't know if this thing is gonna roll. The digital has failed me.
Oh no!
I got a D20 right here.
I got a D20 right here.
Can't believe this. All right. All right.
Let me roll it.
So resign.
I got it.
First strike
Needs
with
seven.
advantage absolutely hits.
What is it? Oh, the damage could roll. 7 or 9 plus 1d8. So 16 damage.
Okay. 16 damage on that guy. How do you slay this soldier on the ground
Slay.
before you?
He's on the ground, so Jiri does like just kind of like a stab, like right through his chest, downward
As
strike.
you do that, the lightning sort of, connects and conducts through the water that splashed on the ground and just sizzles and burns him with his last dying breath.
He gets fried, and then let's see how far I can get. Ooh, I can get next to this guy. I will flank with Telperion and then return there.
Perfect. You do have an additional sword strike. You just used bonus
Oh,
action in one attack.
snap. You are right. Thank you. I will attack again.
Perfect. What is his health looking like? Oh, he's got enough.
I have an idea for this dude, so I kind of hope he doesn't die.
18.
17 and 18. Yes, he can't do anything about that. Absolutely a hit.
All right. Oops. Oh, one. All right. 17 plus a D8. Ooh, it's gonna be a lot of damage. 23 damage.
Ooh, how much is 23 total?
Yep.
Okay. He also is barely keeping himself up.
I come up behind him and I like slam my sword through. I was trying to just like get him right in like the spine, but maybe it pops out his shoulder.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't pierce the heart or spine or lung, but it sort of juts out from underneath his clavicle, and he can just see it from behind, and he feels the shocking energy, and then probably looks on in horror as Telperian's, I imagine, winding up a strike next.
I whisper in his ear, "Hi, I'm Jajiri. Nice to meet you."
Coughs up blood. Telperian.
I'm going to. All right, everyone. I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna try to break this guy's. Whatever. With my bonus action, I want to try to pull this guy 5 feet towards me.
Okay, very cool.
15.
Strength save. What is he considered? Is he considered incapacitated while
No.
being charmed?
No, it is a charm, and it just means they don't do it. Does not use the incapacitated wording.
Okay. So for some reason, he feels a telekinetic force on him, and he does instinctively want to resist it. So he will still make his strength save. I was considering giving him disadvantage, but
One day, someone will
ooh.
fail this check, but never the day that I try it.
Or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. I don't know if that feels like it ends the spell for you.
They didn't even activate.
Yeah, I don't think what has happened to him is harmful to him at this time.
I am going to hold out my hand and say 1 second to this guy dying on my left. And I'm going to hold out my hand and I'm going to levitate the Wyvern corpse 10 feet over, 20 feet high, and then drop it on this electronic horde.
Incredible. Probably the rider probably slumps off a little bit as the awkward movement of the limp Wyvern is taken to the air and brought over and dropped. We'll say right there because that's 10 feet up, 20 feet over. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say that's a 20-foot drop from where the Wyvern was. So let's do falling damage, but it's a heavier thing than falling damage. So what I'm thinking right now is...
it also was a little higher than them because they are on the lowest tier and it was on the second tier.
Correct. Oh. But it's going to be less of a drop than the highest outer rim. Actually, it's going to be pretty equivalent to the highest outer rim. So we'll say go ahead and roll 3d10. But I will give them a dex. I will give them a dex save.
9 plus 8 is 17. 17.
17 damage. Some of them do hop out of the way enough, but you do deal 8 damage to the squadron.
That wasn't very cool.
Unfortunate that a save reduced the damage, but it was very cool and creative, so kudos for that.
Well, that's my turn. Aquilari's turn, and he's going to try to do a push attack with advantage on this guy to get him in the electricity field.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll athletics with advantage. And that guy...
Isn't it an attack roll?
A little bit more...
No,
shove replaces the attack roll.
Okay.
But Loaf taking the help action can still give you advantage on the thing you're trying to
I rolled a 4, so 9 total.
With advantage?
Yep.
Oh. 11 will succeed. So
that's
as Aquilari lowers his head, tries to gore him rather. He does duck, clinging to what little life he has left. Wraithwatch Reaver will move. I will also... actually, never mind. Nothing for him to do there. Move. Ends his turn. Whiz save. Fail.
Womp.
Soldiers' turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can catty corner to there. Moving, and 3 whiz saves from those guys. Bottom, one succeeds, still completely entranced by Toby Rama. And then we have at least 2 guys that can make an attack. This guy is going to continue to slash down at Rome, hoping to kill this beast that's clearly on its dying throes. 2 short sword attacks coming at Rome.
That hits.
11 does
AC
hit,
10.
8 piercing damage, so 1 piercing damage to the badger, and an additional 7 to Rome herself as she reappears in her space, and I will get her re-added to the initiative order here. Okay, so I don't know who wants to track that. I'll at least track it on the side of how much damage has been dealt to her, but 7 damage to Rome. And then fucking hells, and then just sort of surprisingly launches another thrust of short sword at her, seeing a being pop out of that form. No, his surprise will do him dirty there as he misses, not expecting a elemental creature to appear before him. This guy will just look at Telperion, say, should have killed me when you had the chance, and will try 2 thrusts of his short sword at Telperion. Not gonna hit. That one might hit. Telperion, the guy next to you, with his last throes of life, trying to stab you twice. 17 will definitely miss. 22 might hit unless you're willing to shield again.
I'll just take 7.
Okay. He stabs you and grins in satisfaction as he knows that's likely the last thing he will do on this plane. Perfect. That's his turn. The mage can be removed from combat because he is slain. Same with the Wraithwatch Worm Knight. Removed from initiative. It is Rome's turn. She has been reborn from her badger husk.
What
are you guys thinking?
Could go
Wither and Bloom on the horde. Well, they're just one creature. It's not even. Actually, I don't know.
Does she have any low level AoEs?
I mean,
Wither
Wither
Bloom's
Bloom
level
is
2.
2nd level.
She's got.
Honestly,
Just do it. We don't know what else. We don't know our spell list anyway.
I'm trying to look it up right now.
yeah, I've got her thing pulled up. She could also do Spike Growth, Entangle. She could Entangle the Horde
Ooh,
as
that'd
a
be
1st level. Or which she also might just try and kill this person right in front of her.
Primal Savagery
Yeah.
at the guy right in front of her if he's super low.
Nice.
He is very low. Primal
And she gets
Savagery?
like plus she has plus per acid additional on top of it.
I'm rolling the d20.
She does not benefit from her acid thing when she's not in her beast form.
17 plus her
9.
attack mod, which is probably like at least.
That is absolutely going to hit. I'm going to go ahead. You guys can roll the damage, but it's probably going to take him down.
I don't know what a primal savage is.
It's 3d10, which is
What?
8 plus 3 plus 3. 14.
14. As she emerges from the husk of this badger, how does she strike down this soldier in front of her?
Oh, the badger claw's still lingering in her thing, and she brings it up as it disintegrates.
And then it's
finally
just her
turns
hand
away.
inside the guy's skull.
Amazing. He falls to the ground, dead.
She can bonus action Vicious Mockery. Why not?
Finish this guy off.
I'll say, as she strikes down that person, 2 of these miners immediately move with their pickaxes and just surround the dead body and start striking into the dead body.
All right, we'll give this guy make a wisdom save against her vicious mockery bonus action.
Yes, absolutely. Oh man, he's low. Wiz.
That's a fail. It's 17.
That is a fail. So go ahead and roll her 3d4.
Okay. Can someone move her here? I can't
1,
care.
3, 4, which is 8.
There. So she moved in that direction a little bit. 8. How does she kill this person?
Cool.
Like, she insults him in Sylvan, and like vines erupt out of his ears.
Very cool. And he just falls to the ground, giving into his wounds. That'll probably do it pretty well for Rome.
Yeah.
It is the squadron's turn. Now, Roulette, they took the damage immediately upon it happening. Do they take it again upon the start of their turn?
And so the first time you enter it, or if you end your turn there.
Okay. So immediately they are scrambling to try and get out of it. I'm going to say a lot of this, though, is difficult terrain.
I am flying, don't forget, so they'll need to bump into me.
They're just going to move over here, using all of their movement at basically half speed because of the difficult terrain to step around. Daisy is on the ground. So they swarm into Daisy's space as well as one of these miners' space, and the knight commands them, teach them there's consequences to their actions.
Yikes.
And they will take a multi-attack. 1 strike at Daisy, 1 strike at the miner there. First at Daisy. Oh, they have 3 attacks. So we'll do 2 at Daisy, 1 at the miner. Daisy, 21 to hit for just 4 piercing damage.
That hits, yes.
Except you know what? I'm gonna roll that again because they have advantage on creatures they are in the swarm area of. Okay, so that didn't affect anything. But so just 4 damage to Daisy. Second attack at Daisy. Another hit probably for 11 piercing damage.
Yeah.
And then a series of spears coming at that miner.
Nah.
At the miner, how far? Where is the miner? Right here?
Yes.
I'll use my reaction to try and help them. To negate
Okay.
the critical effect.
So you can tell this swarm is just swarming into that person with malice, and they are going to punish. Thinking you guys might be wanting to free them or not knowing your motivations, you're clearly non-Durastians, so they are going to retribute against the commoners. You negate the crit. So it looks like only a 2+3. I expected them to roll more damage and make it easier on me, but 5e commoner.
At least 10, right?
10 HP?
Hit points 4.
Oh!
Should I shield him?
You are near to them.
Do it.
Wait, I'm gonna shield him.
Do it.
That's
Do
a
it.
D8 plus 3.
That's enough to save it.
Yeah. I rolled it anyway. 6 plus 3.
0 damage.
Okay. As they surround this group, they see mist sort of separate their spears a little bit as they try and go in for the kill shot, and then where they would have penetrated, it's just blocked telekinetically. What's going on? A couple in the front row yell. And the miner just looks on in horror and just sorts like patting his chest confusedly.
You saved that man. Feels good.
Roulette, it is your turn.
I did before my turn. There's the only non whatchamacallit people, entranced people are the swarm, right?
It would appear that way, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I won't do anything weird there. I will shout, Alfie, get him out of there! And I'll turn to the miner and be like, hold on for a second. Just let it happen. And I'll have Daisy turn to the miner with the little magic dart. and I'm gonna have her cast Vortex Warp on the miner to like put him up here, like
Very
up
cool.
up out of reach on a ledge.
He looks on in horror as his chest is somehow not bloodied to a pulp. And then he sees you calling from above and just feels like a shock as he's ripped through space and time and shunts out here. He just sort of falls to his knees when he's out of danger, gasping for breath.
I'm gonna have Daisy start running this way.
Okay. They will take a reactive strike as he leaves their spears.
Not at advantage?
Not at advantage because you got to leave their range, so he's kind of already left their space. Kishi. That's not going to hit.
I believe her AC.
And therefore your speed's not going to be reduced to 0 either.
Terrifying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna have her come down here to 6. And then because I know we gotta start taking these guys out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually 3, and then I'll go 4, 5 down. Actually, yeah, I'll just go all the way down to the ground. Sorry. I will take off that flight thing. I'm gonna take 2 swings at this guy that's catty cornered to Toby right now.
Okay. Go ahead and roll at advantage.
Mighty flail. Natty once.
Natty twonce.
Plus another D8. So 15 bludgeoning on the first one.
How do you kill this soldier who was very low health?
Oh, I didn't know that already. I hit him in the base of the spine, so he doesn't really feel that he dies. He just goes full paralyzed.
Pretty peaceful death. He doesn't even break from his charmed condition with any consciousness.
He dies happily.
Yep.
And greedily.
Yes, and greedily. Yes.
I have 5 more feet of movement. I'm just gonna squeeze over here. I am. Who's up next? Toby's up next. It's all of us? Oh, yeah. I'm just going to swing at this guy that's right in front of Daisy.
Hell yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll it. As the first guy drops with your bash, falls to the ground, he opens up a new lane for your reach attack. Go ahead and roll.
Whoa. Visual.
Holy shit.
21?
Ooh.
Wait, that's so weird. On our screen, it looks like a nat 20.
Oh.
I was going to say, why are you guys holy shitting for a 21?
I was like, oh, I guess it's really good.
Yeah, that's really funny. The dice glitched. But 21 absolutely hits.
They really liked your 12.
All right, this guy
12.
had not been injured yet. He will take the 12 damage and will break from the charmed condition.
Action, bonus action, movement, end of turn.
He just looks around and says, by the gods, realizing they're fucked and so many of their allies are slain already. Loaf.
Loaf is going to flutter over.
Pick it up, Loaf, pick it up. Come on.
Oh. He's going to flutter over and he's going to kind of just like go spit on the part of the swarm that Telperion knows he's about to cleave into.
Okay, what's Loaf's movement? He's got enough movement to get
Yeah,
over
he's
there?
got like a flying of 50, I think.
Okay. Double check that for me just because they're pretty far down below you and far over.
I literally just wrote out all of Aquilari and I didn't do Loaf yet.
Oh, Telperion, while they're heading that way, Jimmy's
60.
gonna.
So yeah, absolutely he can get over that way. 25 over. He's probably got to get 20 down to get there.
Okay.
So
And then he'll just poop 5 more that way. So
okay.
he goes in.
Sounds good.
Yuri
Distracting
will-
some of them with the help action.
Can I use my reaction to say something?
Sure. You could probably just call out something without burning reaction.
Okay. Telperion, don't get too close. I want to blast all of them at once.
Okay. Then it's Toby's turn. Well, I don't even. You got to turn first. This is Loaf.
Oh, okay. Well, then blast.
Toby's up. Loaf done.
Right. Toby, you are up. One soldier has shaken free from his condition right next to you, and is looking at you with some anger and vengeance.
Hope you can see in the dark. And I'll light my candle of anti-light and designate Roulette as the creature who can see into it with me.
Is that a
Lovely.
20-foot radius?
15.
15-foot darkness radius that only you and Roulette can see out of. There you go.
That's an action.
Rome and Daisy are blinded, but Rome's familiar enough with the idea that she knows she's on the edge of
Safe.
it from you.
And I'll have my spiritual weapon fly above this dude and strike at it.
Okay. Very well. At advantage,
Very
since it's
well.
you controlling it. It's not like it has its own senses, so absolutely at advantage.
Plus 10, 16 plus 10, 26.
Absolutely hits.
For D8 plus 5 plus D8. Is 13 is 18 damage. That was almost max damage on that.
18. He is looking very rough after that hit.
Any movement for me? No, I'm fine. I don't want to start climbing. So I'll stay here. That's my turn.
Okay. Okay. You stay there. That simplifies my life since I don't know if they would pursue or not since they can't see you. Okay. That is your turn. Jiri, you are up.
Let's inform Shaggy. Go save those people down there. So I'm not sure how what Shaggy is gonna be able to do in the darkness. Like, could he like try to fly down and like grab one of these miners in
think-
some way?
One of the problems, you could have him go search for miners in there, but it would require an investigation check because I think you can't even like point to a spot since there's just a globe of magical darkness in that area. But you can command him to,
Maybe
hey, go
target
search.
this guy first.
All right,
That's true.
so
You could
Shaggy
target
will
someone
go grab one that he can see, and he will get this guy to mount him,
Okay.
or at least attempt to.
Sort of an awkward combination of like grappling in and moving him / assisting him to mount and carrying him away. That's totally fair game.
And then he will fly him off to the side here.
Perfect. Safe and sound over there.
And then Jiri is going to cast
1 minute.
Concussive Clap in this area right here.
Okay.
Exactly where I'm
Let's
pointing.
jump.
Wait,
Zoom.
don't get Loaf.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do hop zooms as we start figuring that out.
Who, what, when, where, why.
No promises about Loaf. Let's see. Hence my warning, don't get too close.
You said that after Loaf moved.
No, I think if I put it right here, we should be good.
What is it? A 20-foot radius circle or something?
Radius sphere.
Oh, yeah. You
I
can-
would say in general, in the same way, like BG3 is helpful for visuals. Like there's an area and you're going to try and position it where it hits them on the edge and not your guys. I think that's totally fine. What does it look like when you cast Concussive Clap?
He does his little alligator flap thing like this, but there's also like a mental component that I've imagined, like the hex metal kind of helps with. Maybe he appears as well, like behind him out of his shadow, and like because it's psychic damage, not thunder damage anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll say, because I think I have co-flavored this once before, but as you create this concussion of thunderous noise and energy, you also see neurons firing like lightning, so that it looks like a thunderstorm, but it's purple and cyan and all the painful colors you remember from the dark days of your sunken place, but they just launch out and connect to all these people's minds and fry them for psychic rather than lightning.
That's super cool.
Yes.
So go ahead and I will make their intelligence save, correct?
Yep, DC 18. And then it is 8d6.
That's a super fail.
8d6. Roll.
Juice.
32.
Jesus.
I will say, for the purposes of the squad function of this stat block, you see multiple of them drop. The squad itself is barely hanging in there, and is technically a occupiable space that is still active and has hit points, but you see a couple of them drop, and they now do not get to benefit from their multi-attack feature.
288 damage if they all fail.
Holy shit. Yeah, it's more of a swarm situation than individual, but yes, representative of the
That's
whole.
awesome.
That is sick.
And then I will also have Shadow Moby appear by this dead guy over here.
Oh, very cool. So conjuring from that corpse, sort of like the shadow with its magnetic metallic properties, just siphoning out the iron and the blood from that individual, and then just
Actually, it has to be somebody that I killed. So can I take it from the horde and then have
Sure,
Shadow
absolutely.
Moby in a spot to attack the horde?
Yep, absolutely. So he will appear right here. Does he roll initiative immediately after being summoned?
Yes, and I will do that right now.
Shadow.
You did kill the guys in front of us.
I think Rome killed him.
Rome did, yeah.
Oh, Vicious Mockery.
She made fun of him to death.
Jiri basically did the final sword through the middle of the torso blow, but then others finished him off.
Alright, I'm gonna have to roll it like this. My character sheet is still not working.
No worries. So that's a 5.
Five.
Added here.
Looks like between soldiers and Rome. Because Rome is top of initiative.
Correct. Yep. Perfect. All right, Jiri, that do it for your turn. Almost sundering entirely that force of squadron.
Am I able to like walk past Telpiron here? Like, can I get past him?
I would say yes, but it is some difficult terrain to carefully step your way around there.
All right, so 5, 10,
Yeah, so
15,
that'll be like
20,
30 to get to where you currently
30.
are. Yeah.
That's the way I was gonna go. Oh,
40. Am I good here,
Perfect.
Telpiron?
yeah.
Perfect. If
Thank
that'll do it for Jiri, we'll do Telperion.
All right, I'm gonna move over. I'm gonna go hang under Loaf to imagine him kind of fluttering above. So I'm gonna get to where he is.
Okay, so we kind of went pretty far over, pretty far down, help action, but then we're saying he kind of lifted back
5
up with
feet.
the remaining 10-ish
Yeah.
movement you had. Okay.
Yeah, so he's just not.
He loafed
Okay.
it.
Yeah, he
So
loafed.
functionally, he's like kind of right above you.
I would like to make a strike. Can I make a strike down at these guys?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I like to imagine Telperion, like, he just falls forward and his strike, and then he like uses telekinetics to kind of catch himself. He swipes and he just pushes himself back up.
Okay, very cool, very cool.
And so that's just over. That's gonna be his advantage attack from
Okay,
the
since Loaf was intending to help you. Perfect.
Yeah, and this is not a flame blade. This is a regular, and so that's gonna be 22 to hit.
Absolutely hits. Although with their Spearmaster reaction, they can make an opportunity attack when you enter their reach as well as leaving it. So they will stab up at you as you're launching down towards them, strike them, and try and push back. They're going to try and strike you as well with a single spears. But you're too fast and nimble with your telekinetic mastery, so they cannot quite reach you.
Too fast.
So 22
that is
definitely hits them. How much damage?
9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage.
This is the first time this is shown. Although they do not have resistance to bludgeoning damage, which we saw during the Wyvern situation, they do have the Horde as a general has resistance to piercing and slashing damage. So how much damage was that from you?
13 in total.
Reduced to 6. Wow, they are very low.
I'm gonna then, instead of my second attack, use a cantrip. And I'm gonna use Mage Hand to take this coin and move it here.
Wow.
To electrocute these guys.
Replacing your attack with Mage Hand cast to grab it and move it. How far can it move it?
30 feet.
So don't move it 30 feet. It has to be within 20 feet of another coin.
I mean, 30 is the max. So I was gonna take this one
Move
and
to the center of it.
yeah.
Yeah. However you sort of do it, you're
Is this?
able to.
Yeah, I can move it. I can
accomplish
even move it
this.
here because that's within 15. So I'll take this one. I'll move it there.
Just because the mage one is a little bit easier for me to deal with.
Nice.
As you do that, they are immediately subjected to a dex saving throw.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
That's a fail. Roulette or Telperion if you want
No,
with
I'll
him
do
to.
it.
Okay, I figured. Yeah, that was your choice. 3d8 damage, 13 damage.
13 lightning.
Although Roulette got the satisfaction of rolling the dice, Telperion, what does it look like when you move this coin through their squadron and electrocute the remainder of their forces?
Mama's toy got a kill.
Because Telperion just leaned in and then he like saw the coin as he was leaning, moving backward, and then he just takes his sword, he just flicks it, and from like the tip of his sword, that coin just, and it just, I think it just hits the guy in the middle, and I imagine for a second he just like looks at it, kind of catches it, and then they
And
just
it like glows and
Yeah.
it starts surging with the voltage and then
the
yeah.
Telperion and Loaf both wink in unison at the guy in the middle.
That was so creative, and it was a function of Roulette's beautiful new toy. I award 1 point of inspiration to the Jacoby family. You two can choose who gets it.
Marriage point.
Marriage.
It's mine. What?
Let's fight about it off screen.
You are welcome to
Well-
fight about it off screen. That was super creative and awesome with many facets to it. Does that do it for Telperion?
Have not bonus actioned. And I will. Well, I only moved 10 feet too. Can I jump down over them?
Yes, you can. It's enough of a fall, though, that you are susceptible to an acrobatics check.
That will be fine. There's nothing else to
Okay.
do up here.
Okay, you're welcome to go ahead and jump, and then go ahead and roll acrobatics. You just got to beat a 10.
I did. I got a 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, with your boots facilitating easy jumps from that range, yeah, it's just a matter of landing right, so you're good. You
Cool.
succeed on the acrobatics.
And then I'm
But
going
you don't fall prone. I do think you have to still take a d6 for falling that amount of damage, but it's halved. So let me roll a single d6.
1.
Reduced to 1, yes. So you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you sort of, you can feel the stress on your knee
Your
as you
ankle
land,
rolls. on the
but it
landing.
didn't prevent you from a badass 3-point landing.
I grit through it because every time you do a 3-point landing, it hurts, just like Wolverine's claws.
Yes.
I'm going to do nothing. There's a big cloud of black, so I literally have to just let my bonus action. Actually, I'll just Psionic Pulse and get some HP back.
Okay. You're
That's
welcome
my
to
turn.
do so.
Oh, and Aquilari, he has a movement speed of 50. So he will blindly go. Well, he has to. he's just gonna get here and just hang out. If that's okay.
Yeah, I'll say he can get most of the way there. It's a little
I'll
difficult
dash as an
terrain.
action.
Okay. Okay.
So
that's
then-
fair games because he's got to sort of find his way through on uneven footing as a large
he just-
creature in darkness. So
Yeah.
it just takes them a little bit to get that far.
And he has 100 feet of movement. So can he end up next to this guy after it all, just crawling down?
I'm gonna say he's not gonna know where to jump or find the footing down to the right spot. He can still stay on that ledge
Okay,
where he is.
He'll stay there, and then that's his turn.
Okay. Wraithwatch Reaver's turn, who has not been injured yet. He uses his turn
To save in the dark.
to not see Toby, so he's kind of confused and looking for the source of his greed, but still, I think, wastes his turn.
Where's
functionally.
that boy?
Bet he tastes like veal.
Jesus.
That's a fail. So he's still entranced. Well done, Toby. Drastian soldiers. Let's see how to handle this. One of them knows where Toby is, even though he knows he can't see him. That guy. Wow. Makes my job easy. There's not many soldiers off on the board. All right, Toby, 2 sword strikes coming at you with disadvantage since he knows where you are but cannot see you.
Hell yeah.
First strike. 10
that'll
not
miss.
going to do it. Second strike.
And that'll miss.
13 will miss as well. So he swings, trying to find you, can't find you, and then he just still starts yelling in fear. The guy under him will go ahead and waste his turn and try and save.
That'll succeed.
Hey, this guy brushes off the sensation of the enchantment.
Time to die.
And he's holding a torch still, and sure it should work, and he's just like flicking it, trying to get it to work and light. He can hear the flame crackling on it, but he can't see. That's their turn. Jiri, it is Shadow Moby's turn.
Shadow Moby is just going to attack the group of individuals in front of him.
Perfect. Sort of soaring down there and just like a freaking ghost. Go ahead and roll your attack.
But aren't they all dead? The swarm.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I should have put an X through them. Yes, MJ with Telperion with the coin slew that group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
sorry about that.
my
I'm
movement
about to
is
drop the
50.
darkness.
So then he can't see anybody in here.
Yeah, no, he's just flying into a giant black orb on the ground. Unless he has
Alright.
true sight or blind sight or anything like that.
He can hold his action to attack.
Yeah. He's gonna hold his action, and he's gonna right at the edge of the darkness here, and then attack the first enemy he sees with his life drain ability.
Does that have a range on it, or does he need to be in melee?
He needs to be in melee, so there's no motion component.
Not of holding your action, no.
Okay, can he just
You-
randomly go in there and still take that?
Absolutely, yeah. He's just got to sort of guess where people are. So, out of curiosity, just roll a perception check for Shadow Moby to see how effective he is at finding a target.
Perception. +0.
I'll say sub 10, he's not going to be able to get within 5 feet. 10 or higher. Ooh.
Dang.
Yeah, so he can get in there. He's just not going to be within 5 feet of a successful target.
All right. Then he is in. Maybe he goes here then, or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Is that even too far? Yep. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
No problem.
It will be Rome's turn.
Top of
Is-
initiative.
Oh, yes,
Tyrion,
top
do you
of
want to
initiative.
pull Rome below or near you? Because Roulette can see, but Rome can't.
Why don't I just put you first so
I
you
don't
can?
think, don't you
No,
have to
you can
pull
pull
me
her
to
down.
you?
Oh, I see what you mean. I'll pull Rome to right before me.
Got it.
Us gently reminding our commander how his
How
tactician
to
ability
command.
works.
You mean the two people in the relevant AOE updating me on their status?
We can remove them from initiative. So Roulette, it is your turn.
I'm gonna poke one way this way, and I'm gonna take 2 swings at oh no, he's still an
I'm about to
Enchante.
drop it. Like,
I mean, he's still Enchante is what I meant.
yeah. You see Toby like getting ready to scramble up the cliffside.
Here's
One,
those hidden-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna scoot my way over here. Bonus action, Daisy ducks out of the way. And I'm gonna take 2 swings at the gentleman who I see waving his torch around.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. I'm going to say because of Aquilari's elevation on the ledge, you don't have flanking with this individual.
he's
Dark
blind.
Oh, but you already have it, unseen attacker. Sorry. 18 absolutely hits.
18 hits. That. 7 bludgeoning. Oh, that's low.
Okay.
And then second attack,
Absolutely hits.
second damage.
Another 13. He's looking rough. You are successfully battering him around in the dark.
And then bonus action, Daisy's gonna take a poke.
Okay.
Where is it?
There's this awkward thing about, well,
Isn't just a
he
straight
can't
roll?
Oh, she can't see. Sorry, she can't see.
yeah, she can't see, but he can't see her, so she's also an unseen attacker. So I think it's just a straight roll. It's just a bunch of chaos in the dark, which feels like it should all be at disadvantage, but go ahead and roll a straight roll.
I'll gladly roll at disadvantage if you want me to.
I think it's.
I don't think you need to.
Okay.
Because I think they're both at a disadvantage. I don't know.
It's an awkward situation, but we'll just keep it simple. 11 will not hit.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That feels right.
It does feel.
End of turn.
Okay. It is Loaf.
Loaf is gonna flutter in and not be able to see very much. He can move 50 feet.
Correct. Will be subject to the same situation as Shadow Moby. Will need to hit a 10 perception check to be able to know where enemies are.
Owls have good perception.
Yeah. He'll see this guy. He's gonna give Aquilari.
He'll see that guy. I need you to make a perception check.
Yes. I was gonna move him first, but I got you. He rolled a 7. Owls do have advantage on perception checks.
Okay.
He had an 11 that time, and his perception's plus 3.
That's enough. So he can get within 5 feet of an enemy.
He's just gonna he's gonna go to the leader dude, and he's gonna get he's gonna start buttering him up. He's looking outward, and when Telperion gets a visual, he's gonna spit in a good spot and like highlight a weak spot.
Okay.
And then he'll like flutter a little out of range. That's all.
So is he actively taking the help action in some way, or is he holding the action in some
I think
way?
he's just taking it, but for flavor, it sounds like.
Okay.
And that's all for him.
Toby, you're up.
Can I see who else been hurt? I know Shaggy's been hurt a lot. That's why I went there first.
I'm at 75 and 90.
Rome got hit once. Roulette, have you been hit?
No.
Jerry, how are you looking?
I still have my puffy armor.
Okay.
Oh, I never did my second wind actually.
That's 30. Oh, I might not. So I'll just do that on myself. Okay. So I will cast Aura Vitality as an action, dropping my concentration on Call to Death. I will then use my bonus action to use Aura Vitality to heal myself. So I can't reach Shaggy this turn for 2d6. That's pretty low, but that's okay. And
You just
then
immediately hear the grunting and confused anger of the Reaver near
and
you.
then the candle I can snuff, no action required, as
Okay.
said in the item. So I will snuff my candle.
Okay.
And then I will use half movement.
You just hear a grunt from the Reaver who clutches his battle axe, and you can just see the whites of his knuckles.
And I will use all 30 of my feet to get 15 feet of climbing onto this wall. I don't know if that gets me out, but
It probably will. I'm trying to think. There's no reason why he wouldn't want to take an opportunity attack against you. So he is going to take that.
17 AC.
And I know even a hit does not mean much. Oh. I just looked at his hit points.
Isn't he full?
He is very full.
I
23
will use
would
my
hit.
reaction to
Okay.
go invisible and begin climbing this wall.
Okay. You are welcome to climb it. That elevation is only elevation is 15. It's going to take your whole movement
Okay,
to get
that's
to
fine.
the top of that.
And I am invisible until the end of my next turn.
Understand. He yanks his axe free from the wall. He just embedded it in and is looking around frantically for you.
That's my turn.
Jiri, you are up.
All right. I might. So getting over these bodies, if I activate my boots, would I be able to just run across everybody?
100%.
Stay off the ground, Jerry.
I'm gonna activate my boots and I'm gonna run across, so I don't
Okay.
step on anything.
Yeah,
and
you are just 30, 20 feet above the chasm, so you're just like running literally link hover boot style.
And actually, I'm gonna go right here, so I'm flanking with Toby there.
Okay, so you are going to, that 25 feet will get you there, but you're still high in the air. So then are you intending to drop?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought he's only 5 feet. Oh no, because it's okay.
Yeah, no, he's 25 feet up in the air. So are you going to let yourself fall, or is there some way you're going to intentionally slow your fall?
25 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
How is he 20?
Oh, I'll just use my reaction to feather fall with my fan.
Very cool. So you whip out your fan, cast feather falls and a reaction. So
Do it really
you
hard
run
to
over
grab.
there, let yourself fall, and it's just a very graceful air slowed 3-point landing. And
Incredible.
that was just your reaction. So
Mm-hmm. And then I will be attacking this guy. Oh, Griff. I'm just gonna attack him twice.
you are welcome to attack him. You don't have flanking
I'm,
because
like,
Toby's
high up.
because of
I climbed
Toby's
out of
elevated
this spot.
position. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Regular
But
attack
you're
then.
still welcome to attack. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Then actually
your attack.
no, then I'll hydro pump him first then.
Okay, perfect. Strength save from him. And he has used all of his stuff. Action Surge, Indomitable, etc. So this is just a straight roll.
Ooh.
Wow.
Stuck
Even
it.
with his good strength mod. Out of curiosity, is it a strength saving throw or strength check?
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Because I did roll his strength check. His saving throw would be 3 more than that for a 12, which won't matter, I don't think. But
It is a 13.
okay,
But
so it won't.
that is a good question though.
I have no idea what it is off the top of my head.
Strength saving throw.
Okay, so we got a 12, but still falls with the slick wetness of your move. So he falls prone and takes 3 bludgeoning damage. First blood. All right, he's prone before you. Go ahead and roll your attacks. Advantage.
Yes. Now I have advantage. Alright. Character sheet still not working. 22 and 13. So 22.
22 absolutely hits. Nothing he can do about that. Go ahead and roll damage.
Here's the electric
He just
damage.
used his reaction, so can't do that. How much damage total?
1d10 plus 7. 1 plus this. 17 damage.
17. Got it. Healthy strike through him.
And then my second attack. 16. 19.
The 19 does hit. The 16 would have barely missed. So 19 hits.
Another 16.
Perfect. All right. 2 healthy hits in there. But this
Kinda
guy's
just
definitely way
like-
more resilient than most of the knights.
Yeah, poke at him
Um,
on the
He's doing a
ground.
fairly good job, even on the ground, of deflecting your blows partially with his great axe. But like where you're surging for the torso, he deflects it and it cuts his arm or his leg. So he's mitigating damage, but otherwise you are healthily cutting into him. He's just a beefy, formidable guy.
And I forgot to mention, every time that Jiri's been attacking, like when his turn ends, his sword, like, because it can disappear and reappear, it reappears in his sheath every single time.
nice.
Perfect.
He is at 6 key. I forgot to use.
I think
Punishment.
it stops at a max of 5, I believe.
Oh, okay. Then I am maxed out.
But yeah, so you are maxed out for sure.
Jiri, you get a ting in your head asking you to move out of this space because Topirian has a plan.
Okay, so I'll move over one.
One more. Oh.
25.
I mean, I can step. Oh, wait, how many? I think
I think
You
you
moved-
moved 25, and then you
moved
just
thir-
fell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you've really only used 25 feet of movement.
Tim, I'm going to be trying to move this field to encompass him, so that's why I took.
All right, and I'm gonna step over him and get over here then. So I have 40 feet of movement.
That's true. And with your hover boots, I would say against a prone individual specifically, that's fine.
Okay.
Good call.
Rome's getting a similar ping, so on her turn, she can move out
Okay.
of that.
Yeah, so it will be Rome's turn. What do we think Rome's doing?
I was thinking double cantrip again. I was gonna
Yeah,
throw
saving
out
spells.
some poison spray because it's a D12, so she'll have to move to here, and then poison spray and vicious mockery the reaver.
Do it.
Okay.
I'll roll the. You do a
what, is,
wisdom.
what is poison spray? Is that
It's
a
con
save they make?
A con
Okay.
save for 3d12.
Ooh, snap.
Wow, another good saving
Dude,
throw
and again,
modifier, but he
the
rolls
roll 20
low.
Threw me off because it says 19 on the
Oh,
die.
mine does say
Okay.
3.
But that's 3d12, which is 9, 3, 2, which is 14, and then vicious mockery. Bonus
Okay,
action.
he'll make his. Is that a whiz save?
It is. Not enough.
16 probably won't
17.
save. Okay.
3d4. 3, 3, 1 for 7 more.
What was the original? Was it like 14 damage?
Yes. So 21 total.
And then 7 more. And the next strike he has will have disadvantage, correct?
yes.
The
So
first strike of his next turn.
she would have had to go here.
This Reaver.
Then she'll go back here and maybe like down here. Which I think this guy could maybe swing at her, but
I'm gonna say she's not his priority right now. All right, Telperion, you're up.
All right. Topirian's gonna move in 20 feet and swing at this guy on the ground. And this is gonna fuck. I keep wanting a Moonflame Blade, but I want a mage. Honestly, well, whatever. We cleared it. This is just gonna be a regular attack at this guy.
Send him to back. There we go. Okay, so you're kind of awkwardly standing on difficult terrain currently with a dead body underneath you, but you absolutely have advantage on this.
I'm also immune to difficult terrain. It's my Yukata.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
So 27 to hit.
absolutely hits. He is begging for his reaction back.
6 plus 15 damage on that.
15, got it.
And then I'm gonna take advantage of that lack of reaction and move over this way. Just step away from him. And then I'm gonna mage hand use Kyre again to move this guy over. It'll still be within 20 feet of this one. And I'm gonna very carefully move it just in line with him and not on those villagers.
Yeah, perfect. All right, he is on the ground. Does prone impose disadvantage on dex saves? 5e.
I think it does.
Condition
It feels
is
intuitive that it
prone.
would.
Disadvantage on attack rolls. Nothing else. It takes
No,
half
so he
its
can
movement.
still functionally roll out of the way, so no disadvantage on that. But he will make his dex save then. Yikes, but he is injured from your sword strike and can't roll over, so he'll go ahead and take the 3d8 from Roulette. And thank goodness he doesn't have a reaction to lose in this very current moment. 11 damage of lightning. Well done.
Oh, does your thing take away the reaction?
It functions
Yeah.
like it's like a wall of shocking grasp.
That's
yeah.
nice. So
That was the main reason I built it.
I will then. Does anyone want to get pushed or pulled 5 feet?
if you could maybe push me like this.
I do. I give you. I see you scrabbling up the hill, and I just.
Oh, do you have to see me? I'm invisible.
Oh,
That's true. Yeah.
yes, I probably have to be able to see you.
I'm invisible.
I'm not gonna do much. Well, I have. No, that's all.
Okay. Aquilari.
Can he move down now?
Yeah, I would
No.
say it's difficult terrain
no.
to figure out a way to get in a range of this guy, but yes, he could attack that guy.
Okay, he does. And then he'll use a 3d10 or a d10. He'll swing once. There's no flanking going on, is there? He rolls over a 20 anyway. He rolls
I
a
think-
22.
Is Roulette on the ground?
I am on the ground. Sorry.
I think Daisy is in a position enough to be flanking.
He rolls a 22.
Okay. Absolutely hits.
It'll look really bad. 7 damage.
Ooh. You gore into that guy, and he takes the damage, and he is on his last leg.
And that is our turn.
Okay.
Reaver's up. He's pissed.
He is pissed. I really wish he had his action surge available. I will ask a very blatant question that he is going to try and assess right now. He can't see Toby. Jiri, Telperion, which of you looks more injured?
Hyperion's looking pretty fresh. He's second-winded.
Jiri looks like a sumo wrestler. He's like,
Okay.
Hyperion just looks sleek and cool.
I'm a wayfish little girl.
Then I think he's just as he gets up, using 15 feet of movement. Wait, he might have more
What?
than that. No,
Look,
he does
creatures
have to
around.
use 15 feet of movement. Just pulls up his large battle axe and comes over the top of his head with it at you, Jiri.
bring it on.
This attack has disadvantage because of the vicious mockery.
Yes.
Incredible.
Anything
I
he
can't
can
catch a
do
break.
about that? I don't think so. All right, disadvantage.
Good. I don't want him to get
Jeebus.
12 with disadvantage will not hit.
This one should be
So-
straight.
I feel
As
like
he-
Jiri's just like standing there being like, come on, hit me. Like,
I feel like
even reach there.
I feel like it like does hit you, but it doesn't like cut into it. It just like dents the armor
Like,
and then like recoils back.
bounces
Yeah.
off, yeah.
So then he adapts it. He kind of swings it to the side and goes for a down upward strike with his second
Yeah,
attack. This one
that was a
will be
very
a
smart
straight roll.
Maybe I will do an inspiration point.
It was also suboptimal because I would just be doing more damage.
27 to hit
But it's also more
That
fun.
definitely does hit.
And since he's at the health point threshold it will be both of these numbers for a total of 13 slashing damage.
Jeebus.
Okay, he gets blasted for 25 steam damage.
Okay.
How much temp HP you got left?
6.
Okay.
And because he got injured from you unexpectedly, since he took damage from you, he's going to use his reaction immediately on his turn.
Very cool.
How many temps do you have left?
6.
Okay.
Wait, did he fail the lightning thing?
Yeah. Oh.
He hasn't ended his turn yet.
Yeah, no, he just got his reaction back. That's what I had asked previously. Is when he failed it, he didn't have a reaction left to lose.
And then it became
it became his turn. His reaction refreshed, and so he hasn't taken the damage again since.
Correct. Until the start of their next turn. You're correct. Yep.
Critter's not giving up this guy's reaction for anything.
Just a final desperate strike to deal some damage to the party. Got to break through some temps first, though. Okay, Jerry, final attack coming at you. 19 to hit.
It does hit. I could block it, but yeah,
25
I'll
free
just soak it.
damage.
I'll soak it,
Okay, so 16. So it cleaves through your 6 temps.
and then 10
Does
more.
10 more to just Jiri, but he gets blasted again for 25.
Yeah.
Especially with this individual's, the Reavers all wear this splint armor for almost intimidation factor. It's fairly good armor, but it showcases a lot of their brawn. It's just all 3rd degree burns all over his body right now and very exposed.
He's steamy.
And then he will just like kind of recoiling, and like you can feel there's like a physical shock to the pain going on in his body, and he'll just stumble a space backwards trying to get out of the electricity. But yeah, so go ahead and roll.
Ooh,
Oh, if only he was cursed.
squirty.
He was cursed.
If only,
yes,
I know.
absolutely. Roll damage. Yeah.
15.
15. Oh, I'm just gonna tell you because it was so close. He had 17 hit points.
Oh my god.
Dang.
So now with that final wound across his chest, he just is like grasping at his heart, trying to breathe.
Oh, we have 1 minute.
Okay.
He's gonna get it.
So this guy's 1 HP.
2.
Two.
Math.
I wasn't listening.
All right. So now it is
Listening,
these
gods.
2 final Drastian soldiers' turn.
Oh, you're still here?
Here's what they're gonna do. Who's lower health? That guy's lower health, so he's the more desperate one. What's this guy's health? Okay, he's not good either. All right, the guy next to Jiri. Is just gonna, brandish his short sword and say "For Durast," and take 2 strikes, short sword attacks against Jiri, who the Reaver was just attacking, and then something interesting might happen.
First one's at disadvantage. Daisy will reach out and react as a
very cool.
poke.
And as a clarification, Daisy can do this when it's just the enemy is within 5 feet. It doesn't matter about the target.
Yep.
All right, first attack disadvantage. Ooh, disadvantage for 21.
Hits.
6 damage to Jiri, and then second strike. I'm gonna say because of that, his second strike will turn around and try and cleave at this construct that just tried to get in his way.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm gonna use some key points here. I'm going to
You got something to burn.
do no, I use my reaction. Never mind.
Okay. Our bracer's not enough to get you there.
Isn't the bracers also a reaction?
Oh yeah,
He did
sorry, I wasn't thinking.
opportunity.
Yes. I forgot about the opportunity attack. But yeah, both of those are reactions.
Yeah, they both take reaction. So can't do anything. Never mind.
Okay. That is so then second attack is coming around at Daisy. So 6 damage to Jiri, and then this one at Daisy. 18 to hit Daisy for 5 piercing damage.
Got it.
And then he just sort of like, after injuring both of those, 2 successful attacks and still just overwhelming odds against him, he just sort of like lowers his sword and just like looks on in horror. This guy, who looks way worse for wear, bleeding from the eyes, out the nose, some out the corner of his mouth, looks at Roulette next to him. Spare me and I'll shoot him. And puts his crossbow toward the Reaver and holds his action. Spectre's turn.
Ooh, Spectre going in. And he's gonna try to life drain this guy.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Assuming I can't
Like
get
a
anywhere with...
Dementor, kind of up and above.
Yeah. Doesn't look like I can get anywhere in flanking. So if I go through this line, I get affected by it, right? Like if I even just pass through it.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, and the Reaver is currently not in a spot of the line that's active right now, so he could go right over the Reaver if he wanted to, but
Yeah, I just don't think I can get anywhere flanking anyways.
yeah. I would also say most of these miners are not a threatening individual, so they're not going to grant it either.
So just a regular life drain. 18?
18 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
14.
And you know what? So 14 damage is enough. He had barely any hit points left. How does your Spectre kill the Reaver?
Oh, like Dementor's kiss, like up in his face.
Just like siphoning his iron-infused blood into his own form. You almost see like it glow a little more red for a second. And the Reaver just dies and collapses. And then the Durastian soldier, who was promising his allegiance or spare me and I'll shoot him, well, at the death of his commander, he'll change targets.
Ooh.
And he drops dead.
What do you change the target to? The guy next to him?
Himself. He just put it up under his chin and pulled the trigger.
Jeebus.
Oh.
Dark.
Roulette, it is your turn. There is one more individual on the board, functionally, surrounded by your allies, underneath Toby's spectral arrow, etc.
Just take.
Roulette runs the numbers in her head, and there's no reason we should be keeping this man alive.
Cold calculation.
It is, but it's very true. I'll adjust in some way to get flanking somehow. Or I'm just gonna swing.
Just stand above Daisy.
I will say, at the loss of morale of this individual and his short sword falling limply to his side and just like accepting his fate, go ahead and roll with advantage.
23 to hit.
That'll do it. How much damage?
9 bludgeon.
How do you kill him?
I swing again.
Ah!
Oh no! I missed. This one I think it's an uppercut because I see his head going down sadly, and I just like.
The second one doesn't even have to be a miss. It just doesn't deal damage because there's no more damage to be dealt.
Yikes.
So, with that, all threats in the scene have seemingly been eliminated. You're not sure what other individuals may be within the cavern further within, but the miners, most of them are still shaking, but one of them rushes up, who had been swiping at a dead soldier with his pickaxe, rushes up to Roulette and says, just grips your shoulders, Roulette, says, thank you. Where are we going? Where are you taking us?
Oh. We're not taking anywhere, I don't think. Oh, that's a good question.
Where have you been staying here?
There's makeshift cots inside, burlap sacks and hay-filled mattresses for us workermen. We take shifts every night we switch, but there's enough accommodations for us to exist in there at the minimum.
Is there switching of the guards fairly regularly?
There will be more soldiers inside. Perhaps not many at this hour. But you might be able to get around some of them. There's caved-in portions of the mines that they've either locked off for threatening reasons where creatures have come from, or just to prevent us using the other tunnels we've established throughout the past months of mining. But some of us have found ways to hide out in there, get little breaks for even just dozens of minutes at a time. I'd be willing to show you, but I need to make sure the rest of these men and women are safe.
Yeah, I get everyone. Is there? I guess. Can we get right inside the cave and still be away from those other guards, or the deeper in, or?
They'll be deeper in. Yes, we can enter into the entrance at least.
Let's get everyone inside the cave at least.
Okay. This man seems to be half elven, wood elven skin tone, sort of an olive complexion, with like a bright red, sort of not quite Jiri-esque, but like a coif of Mohawk-esque hair that's pulled back tightly into a knot. But so he will start chaotically gathering his allies. Well, I don't know what we want to do with you all yet. Miss, and calls back to you, Roulette. What do we do with them? They're not going to want to return to the mines if they can help it.
I mean, y'all are free to run wherever you want, but I'm worried about you
with the
getting trapped.
Wyverns overhead. That's a death sentence.
The city's under attack right now. They have more important places to be keeping their eye on. You should be safe to make a break for the countryside, or at the very least, they won't send reinforcements here for some time.
We know where we came from in the battleground we came from. Is there a direct path to our army's like base camp that we took to get here?
Yeah, it would be probably southeast of where you currently are, maybe about a half hour to an hour's trek in that direction.
So what we could do is we could send you with this one, and I'm going to point at Aquilari, because he can cast Pass Without a Trace once per day. We could command Aquilari to lead you back to where we came from. You could go seek refuge with the forces who are attacking Duress right now.
Roulette, write them up something saying that they were sent by the Four Winds and they need refuge in the camp.
Oh, I'll give him one better. And I'll reach into my pocket, and I will sign just my name, Roulette, on the outside, and I will hand the Queen's Writ to one of them to say, follow that stallion right there. He'll keep a good watch over you till you get to the armies.
Understood. I'll hand this to one of the other miners more experienced with leading. They can get the rest of them out. I mean to stay with you and show you the passage within the mine, if you'll allow me.
Of course.
Anything to spite these fuckers.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Gilliam, sir. Who are all of you?
Enemies of Durast and friends of the United Kin Army, who are presently laying siege here.
You mean it exists?
The Queen is striking back.
Beast folk, elves, and men fighting together.
What is that? Sorry, Mr.
Very well. You come. And Gilliam will start to organize the troops, his workers, and get them under the protection of Aquilari and insist that they will be safe if they carry this writ under Aquilari's protection southeast to your war camps. Where likely Alaya herself is probably in attendance at that location.
I do have 9 more turns of Aura Vitality to hand out. Can people tell me the hit points that they're down by? How much is Shaggy down by?
I'm down by 5.
I'm down by 3.
3.
Yes.
I don't think I can heal Daisy.
You can't heal Daisy.
I don't think so, yeah.
After another 40 seconds, the electricity starts to.
Yeah, you see the coins themselves start sparking and eroding, rusting very rapidly with the surge of electricity flowing through them.
Rome,
Shaggy's down.
We want a bio break before we do any more.
Yeah, great call. Yeah, I mean, we kind of only have an hour-ish left, so maybe a quick bio break, and then we can see what's within the mines.
Yeah, I just have to pee in particular.
Yeah, cool. Let's hop back
Jerry
here.
needs 21. Shaggy 19. Alright, I'll start doing all that and give you guys totals when we get back.
Cool.
I will spend a few minutes fixing Daisy.
Perfect. Mending to fully heal her back up.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I have a big spell to cast, but I'll wait until afterwards.
Okay, very cool.
Big spell.
Alright.
Ooh.
And then I need...
Alt A? Is it Alt A? Did I get it?
Was that 33?
MK, I'm about to change the song again, and it looks like you're not necessarily in the
What's
thing.
going on then? I think it's something about my phone's not talking to my computer. Oh, sorry. Eugene. Boom. Click. Continue on thing. I've got trouble at the dots
Look.
now.
Yep, perfect. And it looks like I can see you on my phone now, so that's great. And it said you immediately left, but weird.
Interesting. I might have an update somewhere on one or the
Yeah.
other.
I might ask you to do that again in a second when we enter the mines, because I'm about to change up the song and you might know it. So
20, 56, 55. 55. This is. Is another 11.
Also, I don't think I'm going to reward an inspiration for it because many of you guys did it successfully, but kudos for saving the miners. A couple instances that could have hurt them. One specifically was going to kill them, so well done.
And I gave one the ride of his life.
Which is also
Thank you, MK.
Suffice to say, if they were not alive or if they were worse morale, they might not be willing to lead you into the mines and show you basically a hidden entrance. So that's sort of something you're gaining from that.
I've got morale to spare.
That's true.
Everyone is back to full health.
Yay!
Except for me, who is down 12. But that's okay.
Poor boy.
Or Vitaly just a little less strong when helping me out.
So just so I'm clear, how does that function? Every turn for you had 9 turns left, you can do like 2d6
plus 4 to others, 2d6 to me.
Gotcha.
And I did the rolling here.
Gotcha.
And it left me with needing 12, but everyone else is back to full HP.
I got my 3.
Yeah.
While y'all were talking to that miner guy, Jiri came over to this dude as he was dying, and he is going to
The
cast
Reaver, right?
spell. Yes.
Yes.
It is casting
paint us a
Soul
word
Cage,
picture.
but it's flavored as the Sunken Garden, and so what Jiri does is he takes his bottle of Oran Air, and he uncorks it, and it kind of air, almost like a reverse vacuum, right? It starts bringing air in, and it sucks this guy's soul up into his bottle. And now there is a soul hanging out inside Jiri's bottle of Oran Air within the garden that he has planted down there.
What's
So
the spell?
Indeed.
Soul Cage.
Soul Cage.
So
yeah, as his life is leaving his body, you just siphon his life essence into your bottle. Very sick.
And now he's hanging out down in the garden, and in the waterfall that's from the bottle down there, and all the plants and everything. So his soul is hopefully in a peaceful purgatory state.
Purgatorious.
You will hear in your mind, Jiri, a voice say, "Very well done. I didn't even know how you were intending to use my power until you did it, and it felt natural. Well utilized. What do you have in mind for him?"
Oh, let's ask him questions, or I don't know, see what he knows. Well, let's go talk to the others. I'm not good at coming up with questions to ask people. Toby will know.
Well.
Hey, Toby.
Sorry, go ahead, Tim.
Toby, I captured that Reaver's soul. Got any questions you want to ask it?
Any questions? Ooh.
MK, you're muted.
Yes. Any questions? Ooh. Very, very impressive, Jerry. Do they need to be quick? Do we need to wait to ask, or?
Oh, I've got like all day.
Okay. I'll start thinking about it.
All right, let me know. You can
Yeah,
ask him like 6
let's get
questions.
inside this cave first. Anything good or notable on that knight's body in the center of that swim?
Let me do something real quick and paste
Oh yeah, loot. Yep,
this.
the loot button.
That is what Calperion is trying to do as well.
Yeah, you guys are welcome to start smashing the loot button for sure. Give me one moment to do something here.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and smash that loot button.
Holy shit.
Jerry, did you use up all 5 of your key points to just like do your Shadow Storm thing?
I didn't. I used exactly 0 of my key points.
Oh no.
They do run out at the end of combat, though, because it is purely built in for combat. So
I was ready
but-
to go, but
yeah, you were
forgot-
ready.
forgot to use it.
Yeah, you guys cleaned up through all of them very succinctly on like the same round. I feel like.
I imagine you using it to fast loot the bodies.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Steel wind loot.
So-
I cast it.
Roulette, who specifically were you looking for looting?
The guy, there was a leader of that swarm. Was the first guy I was thinking of. I'm purely looking for like information.
The squadron leader was just a Durastian knight, but he definitely has stuff on him. Maybe the more notable people are the Wraithwatch Wyvern Knight, as well as the Reaver himself. But there's chainmail on all the soldiers and knights. There are shields available, lances, spears, swords. So there's a shit ton of loot. We can get into quantities if you guys can carry all of it, and if you want to carry all of it. I will say,
Dump it into the hole.
okay.
The hole.
The hole is empty right now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Hole, yeah.
So if the hole is empty, probably most or all of their gear will fit in. So that's several sets of chainmail.
We can figure that out after too.
Yeah, I can do that inventory check later. A bunch of short swords, a bunch of crossbows and bolts, a couple shields, component pouch from the mage, as well as their gold purses and stuff. A nice battle axe from the Reaver. Most notably, out of all their equipment, I think the most notable one would be the silvered lance of the Wyvern Knight. But otherwise, fairly standard fare gear you've seen on the Durastian arsenal. But you're able to collect a lot of that, throw it down the hole.
Who does someone else have the portable hole?
I think I do.
I think you do. Okay.
I have. It's on my what's it called? Beyond as well.
Okay. So as Gilliam, this half wood elven gentleman, sort of escorts the other miners at Equilari's side, indicating the direction they need to take to search for your war camp, present this writ to those you find there, and you'll have safe passage. He will come back down to, all right, are you all ready to enter?
Ready when you are.
Very well, let's proceed. Keep a quiet footstep about you. There are knights that take rounds, but I'm not sure what stage of that they'll be at currently.
Well, let's find out. Jerry's got my first question.
Ask away.
How many more Durastian forces occupied the mines?
All right, I'm gonna word it exactly like that, and how I imagine it is like Jiri's consciousness like momentarily like appears or emerges, and he goes down and asks this question to this soul as it's enjoying the garden inside his bottle of Ornair.
Okay. I need to pull this up. Just
It's like
to
the wind.
myself.
The wind kind of whispers it to the soul, not like
Very
Jiri
cool.
himself appearing.
Yeah. Okay, once you exploit, so you can exploit this soul 6 times, one of which is this query using 1 charge, basically, of the capability of the soul. You ask a question, telepathic answer, the wind whispers to you, must answer you truthfully and to the best of its ability. answer is no more than a sentence or two. So can you re-specify for me the exact question?
How many more Durastian forces occupy the mines?
Should be about 10 or so, seeing over the remaining miners.
Ooh.
And then one more to think about as we move forward is, let me think about phrasing it properly. What sort of hazards have you all managed to uncover in the mines so far?
I'll phrase it exactly like that. Like whisper it into the bottle, kind of like you know, like when you blow air across the bottle, he like toots it in there.
Shoots it.
You hear it, the response come to you through the wind, sort of leaking out the cork stopper, almost trying to get you an answer, or telepathically, however you phrase it.
Oh, I like it coming out of the top because I imagine the top's open and we're like listening, you know?
Okay, I'm also going to change, now that we're in the mines, I'm going to change up this song.
I can
real
just scroll
quick.
down to see us.
Let me know when you've changed it, Chris, and I'll
I
rejoin.
did just change it, so go ahead and rejoin.
Whoa. I need loaf. No
Oh,
urgency
yes.
though.
Yes,
Need
Loaf and Shaggy will be behind you guys, and Shadow Moby. You guys have quite a few pets that you were able to gather in your previous situation. All right, as we start moving forward into this thing, we can dictate specific placements of more things. With that question, what sort of threats, hazards,
dangers.
Occasional earthquakes shift the ground. Subterranean creatures lurk and claw through the caved-in tunnels. The Deadeye guards the route to the other mines.
And then just sort of as a reminder, because Toby was spending time researching this, what sort of... So it's kind of like a network of mines, and we took this entrance that was most beneficial to us. And is it they kind of all go in towards this sort of temple? And
I wouldn't say they all... The various different mines that may exist in this portion of near Mersenia don't all funnel down to the same location, but enough of them had various pathways that connected into some cavern leading to the tomb that it became a problem. So Elia had mentioned that due to deaths of miners and even scouts and people she sent in that were specialists trying to like go dungeon delve and see what lays there, many of them turned up dead or injured. So they just caved in most of the portions of tunneling that led to this. So now this current mine is basically operating in a sense of trying to find new digging avenues to facilitate the continued mine of valuable ore deposits, and specifically veritite ore, without accidentally tunneling back into that same location. So, you know, it could connect to that location, but the goal of the miners is not to have that happen.
so, okay. And then, I mean, it's been a few weeks and I don't think I wrote it down. What was our mission was here to find a way into the city?
Yeah, and you know you would have to go through that tomb. So Elia warned you that it's dangerous, but if you guys could, in your extreme competence and widespread capabilities, if you can manage to get through that tomb, you'll basically pop up on the inside of an old keep that has been refurbished into a military barracks, which would provide an opportune area to strike from within to sabotage the gates, as well as that specific keep is where she believes your captured forces have been detained.
Oh, sick. Okay. As we're walking in here, I'm just gonna start ritually casting detect magic.
Love it.
Okay, as you begin to do that, Gilliam at the front says,
Wait, quiet your voice for a moment. We need to hear if they're on their rounds right now. Everyone, still your footsteps and keep to the shadows.
Oh yeah.
And I would like to
let's all
ask-
do some stealth.
yeah, I would like to ask everyone to make a group stealth check.
I would
Um,
think
And then just
Rome
the
would.
warning being known of, hey, careful with your magic because that could break stealth.
I think Rome would
I think
cast
we'll still
Pass Without a
use the
Trace
one
with us.
action to get that pass without a trace off. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a very fair game. Rome can certainly cast that. I'm going to put an aura around her just to communicate the distance you need to be within her to be able to get that benefit.
Yikes.
Big yikes.
21.
Rome's stealth will be 17 plus 10 plus 10 for 37.
Jesus.
Unreal.
My stealth will be 31.
I don't know what Daisy's is.
Looks like, is that a 14 for Roulette?
Yeah.
A 21 for Jiri?
What is
31
stealth?
for
Dex
Toby?
base?
17 level. Okay, so we're working with a 14 and 17 being the lowest so far.
Sorry,
Shaggy,
I'm looking for.
24. And I rolled for Gillian, who got 8 plus his 11 was 14.
Oh, why did the D20s keep showing up wrong?
Yeah,
they
keeps
have
getting
been
me
glitchy
excited.
today. Yeah.
Maybe I'll leave it.
Roulette, was that one for Daisy?
Yeah, it's a 12 turned into a 22 for Daisy.
Okay.
And then I will start. I'll be near the front, trying to listen for footsteps, clinking of armor.
Yeah.
People
Go ahead
making
and make a
rounds.
perception check, and I believe you do have advantage per your shield. As long as that doesn't have like a distance requirement on it.
I'm happy to do that. Sentinel shield, which I'm wearing on my back, but it just says, you have advantage on initiative and wisdom, perception checks.
Okay. Yeah, so you listen. You feel pretty confident that no one. Gilliam is showing some interest in leading you guys off to the right, and you do not hear any echoing footsteps coming down from that direction. However, you can hear a rustling of like paper happening from up ahead in a direction.
Rustling up.
But Gilliam will begin sort of trying to carefully and slowly lead you in a direction. I'm assuming Rome sticks close enough to you guys' middle to.
I don't need to do that so
It's okay.
slowly.
So as we get here, Gilliam will whisper to whoever's nearest, maybe Telperion and Tobirama,
The cot room is just up ahead to the left. There's likely a guard positioned there. No one should be sleeping at this time. They'll make sure everyone's working this current hour, but we won't need to venture that far. Come.
and we'll go over here. And we'll avail you of a bit of... He will not toss, but carefully move like a bench and some stacked boxes very quietly to reveal a crevice in the wall that opens up in this direction.
Chris, will you give me control over Rome, and I'll take her token with us,
Sure.
or whatever's easier. But
Yeah, I'm gonna just name her Toby. So
Yeah.
your,
Tombi.
your controls should now apply to her. So Gilliam will lead in here, and he's like,
Okay, this is going to basically avert most of their attention, but it won't get us all the way. It'll put us to the back of the mines, where likely the one in charge, who's a mage, will be stationed, overseeing the work being done.
and so he will kind of lead you here, which sort of goes underground to a location here. And I'm gonna go ahead and move
Sure.
you guys. All right, so you guys are able to get into this little alcove, and you can see that there's an additional mine tunnel further ahead, which he will lead you toward. And then, functionally, you guys are going to pop up pretty far away as you continue for quite a few minutes, but basically cross underneath most of the map due to this tunnel that you could have found without the assistance of this individual, but it's probably good that you had him.
Hot.
I'll let you ferry us all.
Yeah, almost done here. And Loaf will be the last one.
Little loaf.
All right, so then Gilliam whispers to you all, "Quiet, the mage will be just up ahead and to the left. At least that's where he normally keeps his post.
Oh my god, we're all the way up there.
We could attempt to knock him unconscious. Perhaps I'll let you do that. The only risk is if soldiers in the vicinity see, they'll call out an alert for sure. How might you all want to handle that?"
Can Loaf go invisible? Or does that require
Yeah,
someone
we also have
casting
1
it?
minute, so we're switching.
Oh, that's good.
Loaf can go in there, but not invisibly.
I have invisibility.
Can I also ask, what's your strategy? Do we take out the mage first and then sweep through their remaining forces and free the other miners? What are we trying to accomplish here?
We need to move through here. If we could take them out relatively quickly, but there is an invasion going on. They
Did you
are
say
not our.
move through here.
We intend to find a different way out than the way we came in.
Oh, to the other mines then.
To the tomb that's been intentionally blocked off.
Oh,
He sort
yeah.
of takes a step back and he says,
The men and women all tell tales of foul beings lurking in those depths. I can't be a part of leading you down there.
That's fine.
Just point us.
We like foul beings.
We do not intend to ask you. We're just gonna help with the miners, and then we will proceed on our own.
The dressing rooms have been warm up. Getting ourselves flexed and ready to go.
But can you point us in the right direction?
I can, but it will be pointing to you to your death site if the stories can be believed. Why do you want to go down there?
Fame and fortune.
Bit of a challenge.
We do have a military reason besides challenge, fame, and
If
fortune.
we are successful, it will very likely spell success in our assault on the city.
we should be able to free prisoners from the inside to turn them into a force against the Durastians if we make it through. And we've faced mysterious challenges before.
I'm sure this is all a
Very
lot
well.
to take in. Let's focus on the miner's safety at first hand.
The miners should not, I don't think, be injured as long as it's not made clear you're trying to save them. If I can get you through this area to your goal, they'll have to struggle for longer, but their lives will be safe. Unless you can kill all the soldiers here. But anyway, there are 2 locations you could try to pursue to get deeper in the network of mines. Where the rail carts that ferry ore deep and out to the entrance of this place, they pass under a great wooden beam structure. But rumoredly, a member of the Wraith Watch hidden in shadows guards that location, so he may prove a threat. There's also a pool of water in the middle of this place. There was a recent cave-in. We did lose a man to it, but as soon as the rubble collapsed, a wellspring of water bubbled forth and filled in a portion of it. My knowledge, I'm no scientist, but I suspect that means there's pressure sufficient low enough where it's coming from. So swimming down that tunnel may be available. I don't know where it pops up necessarily. But those are the 2 areas that I know for a fact would lead deeper toward the location you seek.
Why don't we kill the mage and make it so your people can escape? We'll go just kill the mage, a couple gods, the rest of your people can escape. You can follow suit after the ones we just sent out, since your destination should be there. And like we said before, the Wyverns are going to be distracted.
Very well. We'll proceed. Just down this corridor and to the left, he'll likely be taking his post. He'll have with him his robe, his tome, his staff, whatever he normally keeps with him. I'm afraid I can't be much more help than that.
You've been immensely helpful already.
If you can, please don't get caught. I fear for my co-workers' lives if they see you attacking the mage and trying to likely free the other miners.
Of course.
We'll just kill any Durastians we find.
Any and all.
Because what do we hear? 10 remaining and the miners. Should be well within our capabilities.
Very well. Well, I'll make myself scarce. I'll hang here to the back. I'm in no fighting shape.
Telperion, do you want to try and attempt knocking out this mage? And then if it goes south, I can try and lure him in like I did outside. If there's several soldiers.
And if that goes south, I'll stab him.
Well, what's knocking out me? Is it? I mean, I don't think I have a non-violent knockout besides just going and swinging at him. Right?
Well, I don't know if there's anything availed to us if we can sneak up and successfully clock him on the back of the head.
Not that I know of.
Maybe not mechanically, but if you guys want to try something, you're welcome to try and gauge its success rate, likelihood of success.
We could throw the portable hole under him, then grab him, bring him back here, kill him quietly.
I also just had this thought. All of that equipment we just put in the portable hole, great for arming the troops we let out. Once we get that far.
I was thinking about that too.
Except for the Sylvan Lance. All right, I have an idea. I have the portable hole. I rolled 29. I'm gonna scooch up with Rome behind me, trying to keep me, And I'm gonna have
she'll follow you.
Loaf sitting on my shoulder. He's got advantage on perception checks, and he and I are gonna squeak up.
Sweet.
And we're gonna be
I'd say right around that area, you're probably gonna start getting visual on this mage. He is standing upright, red robed or dark reds and blacks, classical Duras with his hood just resting on his shoulders, bald head, just looking out amongst the field of the mining activity going on. You can hear chinks and dinks from pickaxes hitting stone throughout the cavern, echoing in this space.
Okay. I'm gonna quietly go here, and I'm gonna put the portable hole right behind this guy on the ground using action.
Okay. Because that does not cast a spell or attack, I'm gonna say it's not gonna break stealth to just unfurl this little pocket square and then just sort of ruffle it out onto the ground to create that 5 foot, 6 foot diameter hole.
And then I'm going to, and then just kind of chill, wait, watch. And then in one turn, bonus action, I want to try to bonus action pull this guy, and then action close the portable hole.
Okay. Let me get this here.
Can I? Oh. No, because I can't see. I don't know.
I'd have Loaf help me, but help doesn't make this guy any worse at his check. I'm not really making a check yet. I will have him, I have a secondary idea if this doesn't work, so I'm gonna have Loaf get ready to like give me a little push forward, help me get a little tiny bit of, because I have an idea for like a grapple check that I would like his help with, and he'll kind of claw this guy's eyes in a minute if I need to go to grappling.
All right. Bonus action. Pull.
15 strength save. I wish I could buff this in any way.
I think the only thing available is
here.
above table level inspiration points.
I have the Jacoby point.
All right. Strength saving throw.
I need him to fail it. So bad.
With a very quick grunt, probably not loudly audible, he falls backward, and you see him fall into the blackness of the hole. And with action,
and then I'm gonna bolt because I think he can save soon to get out of it. So I'm gonna just like everyone move, and I'm gonna clear, and I'm gonna dash this way.
Okay.
To get out of the hole?
No, to get him because I think he can try to break out of the hole.
No.
Oh really?
I think
if the hole's folded up, a creature
he
within.
Can.
Yeah, he can make a strength 10 action or a DC 10 strength check to get out.
I'm going to ask you this question. Are you going to dash or are you not going to dash?
Oh, I'm not going to dash, especially because it wasn't. I have 35 feet, so I think I could have gotten this far without sprinting.
I totally should have.
But I do want to be on this side with them. Okay. With them there, so I can.
Okay.
So we're just surrounding this hole.
What?
Are we just gonna surround it?
Sure, but I mean he's gonna break out. I just wanted to get further in and block his exit point this way.
Gotcha.
So I haven't opened it yet. I'm just traveling with it.
Yeah. So you just move to this point, and you can start to feel him trying to. You like feel it ruffling as if it's like a burlap sack holding a body. You can feel this folded napkin start to move and shift in your hands. Does he have to make a strength check to get out of it?
DC strength check to get out.
What's the DC
DC
on it?
10.
10.
Okay.
I'll tell Gilliam to move further back down the way we came. I'll go and grab them when we're finished.
Okay. So he'll move back. Since that was functionally kind of a turn of Telperion, I'm going to give him his check at the end of this movement. So you've gotten him to this location. He's going to try and force his way out. And cannot. So you're with your brawn are able to keep the burlap folded, not burlap, but the silken black fabric folded and keep him in there. So he is functionally still within the portable hole.
I'm gonna scooch everyone back so we can go another like 30 feet in, which is like just like here, and then I'm gonna say like I'm gonna let him out. Everyone get ready to strike.
Yeah. The Jiri crew will just surround the hole.
and I'd like the hole here, and then we'll scoot our guy down a little more. Roulette, do you want to come like kitty corner with us? So we can-
Christopher, can you make Telperion in control of me for the moment? My computer just died.
Oh,
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
Thank you.
Roulette's gonna be named
Um,
Telperion.
Yes, that's correct. Okay. You should now be controllable by Telperion.
All right.
I can go ahead and move you too.
I'm gonna get ready to let him out. If anyone has anything they want to ready,
I'll prepare casting Bane. on him.
Stabs.
you want to wait?
A bonk and a poke.
I would just say just as much damage and low resource expenditure. That's all. All right. I'm
Yeah,
letting him.
I'll change. I'll ready Toll the Dead till after someone hits him.
And maybe Rome has primal ready.
She'll do poison spray. Should be right there.
All right.
Can I have? Loth can take actions, but he can't do this. Can you have the little robot let him out of the hole so I can ready an attack?
Sure, yeah. I can have Daisy take the handkerchief from you and pick a spot, and she'll throw it on the floor.
And I got the Elvish Blade ready.
This dude's
Okay.
blocked.
All right. Is Daisy undoing the fold?
Yes.
Loth's ready to help me.
Go ahead and have everyone please roll initiative because he's also holding something and is going to try something. So it might depend on how fast he's able to act.
Oh, I have initiative on here. I do that.
Click on myself.
16.
Yeah, we don't even just keep in track. I might not even throw the tracker up here. Oh my god, he rolled well.
At the start of combat, you rolled 21.
He did.
And then Rome will have D20 plus 2. Nat 20 for Rome.
Ooh. At the
So
start of
22
initiative, can I put myself next to Rome?
Sure. Yeah. What's Rome's initiative?
22.
At? Okay, Rome's at 22. I don't expect this is going to take longer than
Yeah.
a round, so I'm not even going to pull up the tracker, but keep in mind of who's up first. So, yeah, at the start of initiative, Telperion, you can jump up to 22 with Rome.
Yep.
Okay. So first thing that happens, though, outside of initiative, is Daisy undoes the thing. Rome and Telperion with a 22, I believe you're first to act. As the cloak is unfolded, and you just see it, you guys are unable to currently see into the hole, because I think it looks like completely black from surface level.
I thought it just looked like a big hole.
I think it's not visible from the outside.
Then I guess I'll just, so we have to pull him out?
Potentially.
I-
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if that's how, like, I've seen Critical rule it or something, but I'm actually not seeing anything right this second about the visibility. Can't be weighs nothing. Fold it up. Can try that.
Or I just pictured it as like,
Yeah, I guess it can just
cartoon
be,
style,
okay.
big hole.
Okay. So that will get rid of that one variable. The next variable is you open it up and you see all the gear down there that you've collected.
I'm going to swing in blindly, attacking with my greatsword.
Okay, go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Lowest was a 16. 26 to hit.
Lowest was a 16, 26 to hit. You absolutely do hit the invisible mage.
And that's gonna be just moves like blading him.
Okay.
Okay. So that's gonna be 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 plus 7 is 18 plus 4 is 22 damage.
22 damage.
Bumping
Okay.
up the con save DC. I like it. For
Oh, yeah.
invisibility.
22 damage with that strike.
Yeah.
Literally, with that strike, you bloody him. And he needs to concentrate. He does succeed, so he is still invisible.
And so Rome's poison spray, which requires sight, doesn't go through.
If she has to target something,
That's
yes.
what it says, yeah.
I'll swing a second time at him with my greatsword.
Okay,
That's
you were
advantage.
holding
This
an
was all
action,
part
right?
of the holding.
This
Yeah,
was my
this was part of the holding.
this was my attack action. I just get
You-
two swings.
you only
You don't get to
hold
hold
one.
an
Oh.
attack action. You just hold one
You get a
attack.
single swing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's
So then Rome's turn. She's not quite confident enough to target a specific spot if she can't get eyes on him. So then who's next in initiative?
I've got
Looks like
12.
actually the Durastine War Mage is
Oh, yeah,
if
yeah.
he's 21. All he can think to do right now, I think, based on his offensive spells, is he just mutters an incantation from in the
God.
hole, and he becomes invisible once again. And he's looking up at Telperion, who just slashed him. And Telperion, your armor starts to glow red and hot as he casts heat metal, dealing, I think, just immediately 2d8 damage to you.
I absorb elements. JK, I don't.
8 fire damage to you.
I just look at him and say, ow.
And then he tries to like climb up out of the hole awkwardly. Not that that's going to put him in any better position, but he's able to sort of get out of the hole and onto a space of land. I think that's all he can do. Any bonus actions from him? Not this turn. All right, that's his turn.
Roulette, what was your initiative?
I was at a 16.
I think that's next. Before
Okay.
Shadow Moby and
I will swing.
Okay, you are welcome to.
18 to hit.
I'm assuming the map might not do justice to where your intended location was.
My laptop died.
Also, I put him there.
I'm next to the
Yeah.
hole.
Okay, very fair enough.
I'll even be directly above the hole floating, and I will just like
Sure.
press the button to drop the flail to hit him. 18 to hit.
Reactionarily, now that's been his turn, he will cast shield to avoid that. So his aura protects him and your thing goes off.
Should I counterspell a shield?
No.
Holy.
Daisy's held thing was doing the thing, so Daisy doesn't get a turn, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Daisy's helping was doing the thing.
That's my turn.
Okay.
I think Shadow Moby.
Shadow Moby attacks.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Since we're surrounding this guy, are we flanking him?
I'd say based on his current position, no. He was able to scramble out of the hole and get to his current space, so I don't think there's.
Oh.
Actually, no, not with.
What if I move there?
Actually, because the specter is amorphous enough, yeah, I'll give you that. I don't think another humanoid could occupy that space, but
Cool.
gotta beat a 20 because he's got this aura of shield energy protecting him right now.
Ooh.
Oh, good work.
Five.
But only
Absolutely hit.
6. 6 necrotic.
6 necrotic damage, and I'll go ahead and roll his constitution as some of his energy is siphoned away from him potentially. But he does avoid that. But he takes 6 damage. He's looking real rough.
Is heat metal concentration?
Yes, it is. Thank you for that.
The less damage we can take here, the better.
He does maintain concentration.
I'm made of health points.
I'm made of
I
help.
don't like throwing that sentence out there too often.
All right, who's up next? So we had
12
Shadow Moby.
for Toby, I think, is next.
Okay.
I will Toll the Dead for a Wisdom save,
Now that he's
which
visible.
I know he's good at.
Now that he's
but
visible.
That's not good enough.
Wizard.
It will be a +2 additionally that since I clicked the check not to
Oh.
save, but that still won't get him there.
18
So
total,
15 will not do it.
762 plus 4, so that's 19 damage between necrotic and radiant.
He got bloody by 22, right?
How do you kill him,
Yes,
withering
yes.
his soul essence
Yeah.
away?
Same thing as the last
Same
one,
thing.
where starts clutching at his head and mist leaks out of his
You can
mouth,
see him
nostrils, and
just
ears.
as you do this, and he starts to get enough sense around him to start yelling for help. He goes to scream, and nothing but silver mist comes out his throat as he's just like withered.
I didn't.
I just kind of,
You
I just
go.
kind of kick his body back in and then fold up the port wall. we'll loot him later.
Oh my god.
I should have thought about this before we started, but I guess we'll have Rome recast Pass Without a Trace because she just used concentration to ready a cantrip.
To ready a cantrip.
Oh.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you are readying a spell of any kind, you're functionally concentrating on it.
Do we think we need it?
We don't need it
Okay.
right now.
Let's
We're just
hold off on that.
Yeah. I will send Loaf out though as a little tiny thing to have him peer on the corner to see if it's clear now. And I'm just gonna put myself here so I can see what he can see.
Rome is gonna follow suit just to give him the advantage. Oh well, I guess we don't have pass without trace up anymore.
And I don't want to burn the slot yet anyway,
Yeah.
if we can avoid it.
Okay, so you and Loaf look out there. Go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage from Loaf.
Right. I love this little fucking loaf of feather.
I love your
Um,
just verbal disdain for your familiar.
11.
Yeah.
So bad.
11. You might not get more than just a obviously visible lay of the land, but there's various tiers of mining activity going on, and most notably there's a soldier here looking out over the area. This one is sort of muttering commands and insults to these miners over here. There's a miner down here. Notably, the pool of water mentioned by Gilliam seems to be here, and the sort of entryway to down further below is down here. And I believe you have eyes on an individual right here.
Does he look Wraithwatchy?
Dead
He
eye.
does. It would
Dead
appear
eye.
it would appear he is
Just
a
Loaf.
Wraithwatch.
I'm just
Dead
Loaf.
Eye.
Loaf just like chubby little baby griffin. He's just crawling up at the stone at this point.
Jesus.
He's not even flying.
And literally, as he sees him, the Wraithwatch just completes his round in that area and walks back into that area, disappearing.
Okay. Hyperion and Loaf will fly back, and Hyperion will open his eyes. All right. Well, there are there's not a lot of them, but if one of them sees us, we'll probably just have to kill them all. They're a little spread out. I mean, we're pretty fast. We haven't wasted any time. We just really don't want to waste resources on these guys because we have a haunted tomb ahead of us. I did see one Wraithwatch guy, Deadeye, and he went back up that pathway. So if we go the path route, we'll fight him. If we go the pool route, we need some magical way, probably of breathing water, unless we don't think it's going to be that far. Can any of us? Do any of us have any aquatic advantage?
I do have water breathing. It's not prepared. What I have prepared today is water walk, which lets us ascend really quickly through water. What if we're trying to dive down? That doesn't help us right away.
We are also at the 5 o'clock mark, so perhaps this choice, if you guys are willing to chat over the next week or whatever so that we can get in here and make a quick choice, that would help, just drive momentum forward. So let's plan on that. Let's figure out what we're doing next time right when we get back to it, either figuring out a way to dive down into the water here or trying to figure out a way to deal with or interact with that Wraithwatch Deadeye further down.
Oh, does my Yukata mean that I just can swim at my normal speed?
Water is not difficult terrain.
Yes, I agree.
Is it
It's
not?
not technically
So.
difficult. I don't think it's labeled as difficult terrain. It's just you move half speed.
Freedom of movement specifically helps with it, and the Yukata is so similar to freedom of movement. I didn't know if there was.
I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
Maybe it could apply. We'll see.
I was just thinking of my heavy armor self and Daisy
Yeah,
probably not wanting to go the water route.
I mean, Daisy's gonna be on my hip, so
Anyway, yeah, that sounds great.
Cool.